Can you hear me now?
Sagarika ma'am, we can't hear you. Ushati madam, kichi kahile, can we hear you or not? Let's check our audios first.
Can you hear me?
Home, if at all you are present, please.
You can't hear me?
Ma'am, we can't hear you.
Now is it clear?
Others, if you can speak, then I can at least check whether ma'am's there's a problem with madam's audio and Shanti sir, can you say something to we'd just like to hear whether the audio is working or not.
Can you ask others to speak? Have you muted me?
Good morning, Sagarika madam, and good morning, Bhavya sir. We will just wait for another participants. We will start because let people join slowly, but we'll not wait. We'll start. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
ମୁଁ ସେଇଥିପାଇଁ ହିଁ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ କହୁଛି ରିକ୍ୱେଷ୍ଟ କରୁଛି ଯିଏ ବି ଅଛନ୍ତି ଟିକେ କାଇଣ୍ଡ ହଁ ହଁ ମୁଁ ଦେଖୁଛି ମୁଁ କହୁଛି ହଁ ଉଷାଶ୍ରୀ ମ୍ୟାଡମ ଧର କିଛି କହିପାରିବେ ପ୍ଲିଜ ଡୁ ସ୍ପିକ୍ ଜଷ୍ଟ ଲାଇକ୍ ଟୁ ଚେକ୍ ଦ ଅଡିଓ
Me?
home if at all you are present.
Can others speak and see?
Sir, good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Welcome, you and madam.
So am I only having the problem?
Ushasi ma'am, because I can't hear a word from others. Please do speak.
Bhakta Sahu, waiting for some time, na? Bhakta Sahu, waiting some time.
Can you hear me now?
Okay. Thanks to madam joining from Dubai. Welcome. Good morning, madam.
Good morning. Can you hear
Good
me
morning.
now?
Yeah, it is audible.
Okay, perfect.
Thanks, really. We are real
I can't
thankful
hear
to
a word.
Thank you.
Are others being able to hear what Sagarika ma'am is speaking? If yes, please do respond because I can't hear. There's some problem from my side, I guess, or ma'am's side, I don't know. If you can hear what Sagarika ma'am is saying, just please just send an affirmative that yes, you have heard.
I think everybody can hear now.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
We can start. Would you like to start?
Bhakta Sahu, you can start and welcome, madam, once again.
The point is, sir, we are not able to hear what she is saying. There's some problem
They
with the
can
audio.
hear it.
Now it has come. Yes, excellent.
Because you just made me a co-host now. That's why. It's okay. Fine.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay.
Let's
Thank
start.
you. No
So,
worries.
good morning, everyone. We have with us Sagarika ma'am, who hails from Odisha, but at present is in the United Arab Emirates. So there are a lot of brands who actually want to take their businesses forward abroad. So see, the end result, many of the brands who are into a lot of, I think, different dimensions of business, they want to get their businesses out of India and how to sell their products abroad. So today we'll be just having an insight from ma'am about how to do this part, how to just expand our businesses to different parts of the world. So that is what the agenda is all about. At the outset itself, I would like to thank Sagarika ma'am for sparing her precious time. Sagarika ma'am, the floor is all yours. Let's start. My
Thank you.
first question would be, I think you can introduce with that itself. How do we start? How does a business who let's say is based out of, let's say, Bhubaneswar, wants to sell his or her products in Dubai or let's say Abu Dhabi or Sharjah, what he or she should ideally be doing? What should be the do's and don'ts? Could you please just elaborate and explain all of us?
Sure. Firstly, welcome all of y'all, and thank you so much for OCH to organize this particular webinar. It's a pleasure to be with all my Odia family, friends and family here. The first and most important thing, what I would like to point out at doing exporting your business is the very important word that you used in your particular webinar today is stay local and go global. So my first question to each one of you is, how strong are you locally? That's the first question you need to answer yourself. So locally, do you have your suppliers in place? Are your legal documents with your suppliers done? Are your banking in the right place? Do you have your import-export license ready? Have you gone and spoken to the local support that various organizations offer you in Orissa and in a federal level? Have you gone and spoken to them and seen what are the subsidies that you can get, can avail of? What are the categories and the classifications in exports? Is that all clear with you first? That is the most important step. And for me, what I was talking when I met up with a lot of people, how strong are your local collaborations? Because tomorrow, if you get an export order which is higher than your capacity, are you able to fulfill that order? So, how well are you, if I may say, partnering with your competitors locally? That is a very, very important thing because together you can only go this far. But if you're all of you are together, you can go very, very far because that's the way you'll be able to pick up larger contracts, larger tenders that will happen across in the global level. So that's very important on getting your documentation right. Doing your market research, that's a very, very important thing because a lot of us feel that what is right in our particular country or our jurisdiction is okay somewhere else, but that is not true. For discussion's sake, if in Patachitra we use a lot of gods symbols over here, but UAE being a Muslim country will not accept those kind of artworks. So are we being market ready? So is our product being market ready? So that is a very, very important factor that you need to do, is to check your local, what do you call it? Check your local market and to see if you are market ready. That's the most important thing. I told you about your documentation, being market research ready. You need to know about your local collaborations and connections that you have. And the most important thing is how are you entering a new country? That's the most important thing. How are you entering a new country? By when I say when you're entering a new country is that who is your local partner there? And if you have a local partner, don't have a local partner. What is the documentation that you are protecting yourself from the local partner? And if you are going with a local partner, make sure that you're not going with a single contact only, you have multiple contacts. Because with one person only, you might get cheated. You might not know the right processes. Your payments you might be giving it for a cheaper price. So make sure that you have all these, if I may say, the pieces put together and then go ahead with coming to a new market. Yeah.
Other than that, ma'am, could you just elaborate about like, let's say I want to start, what I should ideally be not doing at this point in time? But if I want to send in my product, I should absolutely be avoiding these certain things while exporting. What should be those things?
I think
Because
the most important thing about what a lot of people miss out is on failure of intellectual property. Because when you are in an international market, it takes 2 minutes for anyone to copy your idea or your product that you're selling. It's not difficult. And with having products coming in from China, right up to anywhere to India, or you go for any other Vietnam, any of the countries, the products are similar. So anybody can copy your products very fast. So you have to ensure that, you don't neglect the failure of intellectual property. I feel that is the most important thing. And the second most important, what I said, is lack of market research. Because a lot of people enter into the market କହିକିନା କି ଆଚ୍ଛା ସେ କରୁଛି ମୁଁ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ଚାହୁଁଛି ସେ ଦୁବାଇ ଯାଇକି କୋଟି ଟଙ୍କା କମେଇଲା ମୁଁ ବି ଯାଇକି କମେଇବି. It doesn't work that way. Because you have a unique product, you should know what your business stands for. And that is the most important thing. So do a good market research, spend time attending. I would always tell people, go attend exhibitions, get to a database where you know your products are there. Go digital. So once people start knowing you on a digital platform, it's far more easier to understand how to go about it. So I feel these are very, very important things.
just mentioned about one particular thing, go and attend exhibition, but at multiple places I've just heard that one should not rush into the exhibition. Should we be, let's say I am a new brand who has just come up for last 3-4 months, let's say. What would be the right time for me to go out there and just explore the world in terms of exhibitions?
So there is a difference between attending and
Ah.
exhibiting. So I'm telling people, come and attend. See, once if you attend, you come to know what kind of people are showcasing there. What are the products that are moving? What is not moving? Observe. First is to go and attend. Once you go and attend, you can already exchange business cards when you're attending. You don't have to exhibit. So if you get a good attendance, you already are meeting 70% of the people over there. You're going as an observer. Because tomorrow, when you're going to exhibit there, are you already in par with the people who are already exhibiting now? Don't make the mistake of going and exhibiting the first time. First, go and attend. Once you attend, you understand what is the market feel out there. Once you understand that, then you can go and exhibit. That's my advice.
Okay, but that is exactly why I asked that question. That what is the right time for us for any business to go and exhibit? I think probably a year and a half would be enough. I think so that the supply chain would be strong enough. We would have done enough research, and that would be a good time period for anyone to go and exhibit his or her product. Any part of the world or any
I would advise anybody who understands their market is anytime is ready for like some of the companies start off only with export import. They don't bother to sell in the local market. So it depends how product ready are you. That is important. What is the niche that you're tapping into? And what is the niche that you're looking into? What is the niche that you're tapping into? That is the most important thing. And if you are in that niche that you understand that your product can reach the market, because I tell people always work with the 7 Ps. Today, no one looks at the 5 Ps of marketing. So, what is it? Your product. You first need to ensure that your product is very, very strong. You are unique. You're not doing what everybody like. If there is one Dokra item, are you making the same Dokra item or are you making a different style? That is important. How unique are you in the market? Second is the price point. If go to market for you is getting very expensive, for discussion's sake, Atrapon Kemti Pothebe Jinsouda by air or by cargo, by transport, what transport mode. So if your price point is not matching the market, international market, there's no sense in exporting. Second is what kind of promotions are you going through? So if the local government, is aware, you're aware that you get a lot of subsidies. So if you're using the subsidiaries and the promotions are supporting you, then might as well do the exports. Second is the place that you're exporting to. That is very, very important because if you don't understand the market dynamics, you'll not be able to take the whole discussion forward. So that is very important for you. And I always tell the most important thing I find in any business is the people. So in the people, how are you interacting? Your own team, how strong is it? And the second thing is that to whom you're exporting that team. So the people in the whole business is very, very important. And I find that a lot of people neglect the part of packaging. I feel packaging is something that people really need to concentrate on because the packaging, if you're putting your price point, you're putting your, the particular details, expiry date, especially for food items, that's really important. And you need your packaging to be in the right place. And the last most important thing is the process of how you're going to get the product from your particular manufacturing unit to the end goal. That route is very important because that involves your transport, involves your papers, involves your export legal documents. So the whole process on how you're going to export is very important. So I always tell people that look into the 7 Ps, and if every box is ticked, then go ahead for exporting.
Another major aspect of, let's say, exporting is the payment terms. There are a lot of questions people have with regards to payment terms. Could you just help us out about what idea should any startup or any company should be doing in terms of negotiating with any organization who is ready to take their product and sell abroad?
Yeah. So locally, I'm sure you all are aware of all the different channels you have from the DGFT. They have the Export Policy Council, Trade Connect. All these particular platforms are already there in India. But I would say on an international level, go to the ICC, the International Chamber of Commerce. They have something called the Ecoterms, and go through all the Ecoterms because that's where you understand how international export businesses run. So Ecoterms is very important that you understand how all the businesses can do exports internationally. That's one. Second, I would tell people that there are a lot of international portals that all of you all in exports have access to. One of them, what I use is the ITC She Trades because it's a women's platform. So use the ITC platform because those are international platforms where you can actually understand more about who wants what products you're selling. And there are already, the government itself has a lot of places where you can go and find out that these are the products you're there, where internationally are these products needed. So I'm sure in Bhubaneswar also you have a lot of them. If you're going for agriculture, APEDA is there. If you go for agriculture, like for your handicrafts, HEPA is there. So go and talk to all these people and check where you can actually market your particular products. And I would always say that take government support. Now, I don't know if I'm sure you're aware already, but just to point out also, the other thing is that when you're going for an international event, and if you want to go for that event, let one of your local bodies know. If the bodies can get the permission of Government of India to vet that event, you get 50% of your travel expenses being reimbursed back. So utilize all these things. The things that happen is that we don't go out to ask for help, but this all help is available for exporters. So I tell people use it up to the maximum so that you all can actually benefit your businesses there. Sorry, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can.
Yeah. The other day we were discussing about the business model of Amazon, how taking it as a case study, it can help a lot of people across segments. How different are they in their own, let's say, marketing and their expansion? Could you just give us a glimpse about that?
Sure. What I love about Amazon's whole marketing strip is that they don't have any of their own assets. I'm sure you're aware. They don't own any assets globally. But what they have actually utilized is a platform. And today, to reach out to the world, you have to go digital. So I want to ask people over here to show of hands of how many actually have their website properly running. First important question. How strong are you on your digital media? Do you have a LinkedIn profile because you are an entrepreneur? So LinkedIn is the most important place where a lot of people don't actually go and build their profile. So I'm saying that these all digital medias are very, very important for you if you want to go outside the country, because people need to know you. People need to know what you are capable of. And if you're able to pass your message on through a digital platform, why not? Take people to the factories, give your own presentations, and make it as authentic and honest as it can be. Because I think today's world needs that integrity and honesty in business. So if you are amazing brand called All That Green. So that is very, very crucial and important.
Some major issues which we faced, let's say, during our time, or let's say during our quest, when we wanted to export, I think many of us were unable to create a market for ourselves. Like there were similar kind of products coming from different parts of the world. So it was a challenge for a lot of brands coming up from different parts of the world, how to create a market for, how to create a niche segment for themselves. And that is where I think most of the brands fail. So
They do fail because what I always tell is that you need to spend good amount of your funds as well as your time for two things. What I started off with the conversation was market research. You need to know how to tap into your customer. And the second thing is creating your own brand identity. As an entrepreneur, you need to create your personal brand, as well as a business, you need to create your brand. And I think both need go hand in hand. Because if you don't create, I need to know, see, people don't do business with businesses. People do business with people. And if I don't know you, who you are, what authenticity you come with, I don't want to do business with you. And the first 10 seconds, I'm sure you're aware, first 10 seconds of body language can tell people whether I want to do business with you or not, right? So what happens is you need to create your personal brand of who is Mr. Pati, what has he done, why has he started his business. The why is very important. And once people understand you, they would want to buy your products. Okay. Now, products, I always tell people that it's very important for you to be flexible, to take your product up or down. How are you cross selling, or how are you upselling or downselling? That is very important, because if I come to you and I tell you, look, I don't like your bag in this shape, I want it rectangular, are you willing to create a bag for me which is rectangular? That's very important to answer yourself. So for me, I feel that that's very important, that you start getting out there more authentic. And we have all the social media platforms available. You can actually go onto your LinkedIn, create your profiles, do everything. So I'm telling people, go out there and showcase yourselves. And that's really very important for everybody to do that. And here I want to say, how many, if you don't have a website, please create that on priority. If you don't have a Insta page or Facebook page or LinkedIn page, LinkedIn, create your LinkedIn pages. That's very, very important, because when people are doing business, they want to see where you are available, who is giving you good credits, who's bought from you before, because people want to know your life cycle. And the only way they'll know your life cycle is if I bought a bag from you and I can go on your website or I can go on your LinkedIn page and give you a testimonial. That is going to help you lots more. So my suggestion is that please start creating all these. And if you need support on those also, more than happy to, tell you how to go about that. Marketing would be a different session, but create your personal brand and create your professional brand for sure. Like for discussion's sake, if you all join me on LinkedIn, I have, I think, around more than 25,000 people or 20,000 plus people on my LinkedIn. But I'm not met with everybody. But at the same time, people want to know what you're doing and they reach out in some shape or form. So that is very, very important that you create your LinkedIn page. Yeah. Can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Yes, can you hear me now?
Yeah, now we can. Yeah.
Yeah. Now specifically, let's say somebody wants to send in across his or her product to UAE. What ideally is the scenario there? What should somebody be doing? We got a generalistic idea. Let's come specific to, let's say, UAE. What ideally should be done for anyone who is from, let's say, Odisha and starts sending his or her product to UAE? How challenging it is to sell his or her product in the UAE, or the market is welcoming enough for products which usually come from India? What exactly is the scenario there?
See, you have to understand that UAE is not a place to sell. Okay. UAE is basically a trading hub. So what people do is, if your business, it depends on what your business category is. A lot of people use UAE to supply into the African market, into the Middle East market, and into the Indian subcontinent. So it's very important to know what you want to sell. And the UAE market is very, very, if I may say, welcoming for people to do business, because it's one of the easiest places where you can open an account, open a company, and open an account in less than 2 days. In less than 2 days, you'll have everything in your hand. So that's a very welcoming place, if I may put it. But it's very important to understand again the market research what you want to do with the UAE. So do you want to use it as your trading hub, or are you using it to, sell within UAE? Now, if you're selling within UAE, you have to understand how much the market dynamics is. Like I mentioned earlier, you can't enter one single market or with one single person. So in UAE, it's very important to understand what do you want to do, because you have to understand that India is very close proximity with UAE. So a lot of people can buy from India directly, and UAE has 80% of them are already Indians. So actually, what are you selling to UAE? Are you selling food products? Then yes, it's a different market. Are you selling like, steel? Are you selling millets? Are you selling agri food products? You have to be very clear because every sector will have a different market for it. So you have to be very clear on in how you're going to use UAE. But let me tell you the advantages of UAE is that we have a lot of free zones in UAE. So the free zones help you to do business which is not local. So you're not paying customs for entering into the UAE market. If your product is coming into UAE but going to some other place, you can use a free zone company. A lot of people use the free zone companies even to do billings over there because we are tax free now. I mean, better tax structure than y'all because we get only 5% of VAT. So that is important. But now corporate tax is coming in, but that's also far more lesser than what you'll pay in UAE. So that's very important to understand how are you using UAE. So if we'll have to go dig deeper into because not one shoe will fit all the sizes. So that's important. Yeah.
Now I would be opening up the floor to everyone who is present so that they can ask their particular questions to ma'am if they have any specific queries so that she can address everybody's issues. If anybody has any kind of queries regarding exporting to the UAE or to any other parts of the world per se, then they can directly ask the questions to ma'am. I'm just opening the floor for madam to answer each one of them. Anybody, any questions they have, they can straight away pose those questions for ma'am. Ma'am will be gracious enough to address those questions and she'll answer back with her expertise, whatever questions you have.
Oh, I'm impressed. No questions. I mean, everybody's doing very well in the exports.
Before that, I think I should be asking one question. We just talked about one particular issue. So in economical terms, we always say that certain business houses are export-led and some are growth-led. I think if they grow enough, they have surplus here and which is not being accumulated in the market, then they start exporting to different parts of the world. Let's say I have 100 pieces being manufactured. In India, I can only sell around 60 to 65. The rest 30-35 pieces I start exporting. So what model do you suggest for, let's say, small manufacturers like us in terms of, like I am an apparel manufacturer, a handicraft manufacturer. What model should ideally I should be targeting? Should I immediately start exporting or should I wait till I grow till a certain time, then with the excess amount I start exporting? What would be the best mechanism?
See, I tell everybody, I go down to the basics now. We're not talking about exports, but I'm going about being local. My first question always is to every entrepreneur I mentor, what is your why? You have to answer that question for yourself. Sit down, take a piece of paper and write down, why have I started this business? That is very, very important for you to answer. Are you starting it to earn money? Are you starting it to create a new product in the market? Are you starting it because say Koruchi, mu Koruchi, then close on the business immediately? So are you starting it actually to create an impact? Are you starting it to create a legacy for your family business? It's very basic of why you're starting the business. Now, when you have your answer for your why, then you will know if exports needs to be done. So what I mean to say that if you're doing apparel for discussion's sake, you're not designing, you have a buyer who's sitting in France giving you the orders directly and who's giving it to a style that they want. Okay, in ikat fabric for discussion's sake or silk fabric. You don't need to do it locally. You don't need local market at all. That particular division of yours is only for exports, right? So, or if you have a tie with a particular company abroad, you know that you're channelizing all your business to that. You don't need to do local business. You just need to you need to do export business. But that is very important for you to understand your why. And every business needs to answer that question by themselves of why they're doing business. And if you have that answer, it's a game changer for you. That's one. Secondly is, I don't believe that you have to be so many years in business to actually start exporting. No. If you know your product is market ready, you know your legal, your export terms, everything is in place, you know that your documentation is right, your transport whole ecosystem is built up right. You don't need to wait. You can start exporting immediately. But it's important for you to know, is the export going to be one off, just one time I'm transacting, or do I want to do a retainer with this person? Or am I looking at constant export? Then you will invest in an export license. You'll invest into the whole ecosystem. But you have to first go and do a good market research to know, is this the market I actually want to tap? And if that is the answer is yes, then please feel free and go ahead for exporting. But a lot of people don't spend time in the beginning to do the market research, which is very, very important.
I think what you told is absolutely correct. See, we all have been working in this particular sector for quite some time. Many of the friends whom we talk to actually have absolutely zero idea about what exactly is happening in the market. So as you rightly pointed out, the market research is probably the most important thing that everybody needs to understand and do so as to take care of his or her business. Now, ma'am, I open the floor for you so that if you want to say anything more which I may have missed out, the floor is all yours.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, I think what you all should actually do over here is, create groups. I mean, you all already have amazing groups, but where you all can actually start working together. Because I feel collaborations are far more important than, working individually. Because even if two businesses or three businesses collaborate together, you all can actually use your strengths together. Like someone, like for discussion's sake, I've seen your page. You have an amazing page. So take up 2, 3 more artisans whose work you find can, actually blend into your work and add it to your website. And the contract you can have back end is that, okay, fine, if it comes through my website, you give me 10% of the share. So what happens is you are earning passive money also from the business. Yeah. So look at how you can start collaborating with each other. Now, if orders come through, I don't know how you all work. If orders come through, take it together and build it. Because what will happen with that is that you all will be larger consortiums, to present in a global market. Because once you'll go global, then you have to understand that if you get an order, you have to fulfill it with good quality, good payment terms, good everything, and with timelines. So that you can only do if you'll join hands together. And that's my serious suggestion, is that start forming those. Second, I would say is, if you can actually get yourself, because the reports are available abundant with your particular various industries over here. So in your particular industry, if you're exporting of handicrafts, for discussion's sake, handicraft I'm using as one because I know some of you are into handicrafts. Get the reports from those particular countries, and it's available online. It's no rocket science. Just get those reports, go through it, see what is available in that, and work towards that. And also, what you all should start doing first and foremost is start attending international events. If you can start attending international events, that's important. And I missed out the most important thing. Get your business clear if you're going B2B or you're going B2C. Because B2C would be you being exhibitors, and that's one-off sales. So are you looking at one-off sales, or are you looking at a continuous pattern of getting business? So if you're looking at a continuous pattern of getting business, it's B2B. So you find you're a wholesaler, find shops or wholesalers in that particular country. So then that business model goes a longer way. So you have to be very clear in your why. If you're doing business, if I want to sell directly to customers, or I want to use this channel to sell to B2C, and this channel I want to use for B2B. That has to be also clear on that. Yeah.
Anything else you would like to advise all our fellow entrepreneurs with regards to how to
I think
improve
that's my
upon
only advice would be as creative as you can in your businesses, because you know your business the best. And the more end goal is always there because you know your why. But try to use different routes to get there. So if you feel that um to get there, like for discussion's sake, to reach out to your members, you do on physical meetings, you do online, you do, so you have different channels. So make those channels available for yourself in your business, and I find that takes you in a longer way and takes you far, because you can actually use different channels to understand how your business can get out there.
absolutely,
And
absolutely.
good luck to
So
each one of you. I'm
we are
available.
all
I've just put my email there. So if anybody needs to reach out on a personal basis, please reach out, and happy to support you.
we are all very thankful to Sagarika ma'am for sparing her precious time. Thank you so much, ma'am, for guiding us and guiding each one of each and every entrepreneur here with regards to how to start expanding and exporting into the multiple countries. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, and more than welcome. I'll just add my LinkedIn also if you want,
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
LinkedIn is something. I'll just,
Thank you.
yeah, and I've added the LinkedIn also if anybody wants to join in. Yeah. Yes, I put my LinkedIn and as well as I put my email address. So if any of you all want to reach out, please feel free. And my best wishes to all of you and to OCF also. Thank you so much, Mr. Behra, as well as Ms. Usha Rath, to invite me for this. It's really a pleasure. And
Thank
thanks to you, Mr. Pati, also.
Thank you.
Thank you.